Hello to everyone. Hello to all my friends out there. So, one of the ladies I follow, Homestead Tessie, I can never remember the name. Homestead Tessie Mobile Home Living. She bought strawberries and she was planting them, and so I wanted to get some for myself. And out here, our Walmart was messed up from the protests, but finally they're starting to get stuff, and so I bought. You get the little bucket, but there's two of them. I think I see some buds down there. Anyway, I got 7 strawberry plants for $5.66. Now out here, I should be able to grow stuff year round. So I have a tea sampler, and in it is some jasmine tea. I think this stuff is pretty much herbal. I'll show you I bought this at 99 cents only. It's got all my favorite teas. I like this brand of mint tea a lot. So I hope, I wanted to mention about the tea. The reason the tea is important to drink every once in a while, I'm not saying get addicted to tea, is because if something goes wrong, you're going to have tea instead of just water. Tea is cheap. I buy 100 bags of tea at Dollar Tree, 100 bags for $1. So okay, so now what? Well, they are predicting the possibility that the price of beef could go up. Well, the price of meat in general could go up. So what I did is I packed my freezer full of bacon, chicken tenders from Walmart, and various hamburgers. The last 2 times I bought hamburgers, I bought partially soy hamburgers. Once at Ralph's, and the last time I bought them was at Walmart. So, the goal is, I bought these, I think these are about $9. They come up to 53.5 cents each. And they're partially soy. And not the most desirable beef hearts. Ground beef. And it's part soy. So what I did is I bought 20, so I have about 50 or 60 hamburgers, all various kinds, mostly cheap. So what I did is I saved my bacon grease and my beef grease, and so I broke off a little piece and I fried my soy burger in there, and then I seasoned it with seasoned salt and pepper. So what I want to do is I want to find some reasonable food that is pretty cheap, Walmart. I think these are 80 something cents and you get 8, so they're about 10 cents each. So, Walmart is pretty good. So now, since this is like a pretty cheap hamburger, I don't want to invest a bunch of money in this hamburger. But if I can find meals that are pretty cheap, then that's going to help me out. I'm finding, you guys, that creamy ham bake, the recipe is on my Twitter. Just go, Rotostone Twitter. You just do a search. But that was actually really good, and it was really, really good left over. So I don't want to invest much money in this. Let me see. I'm going to taste a little bit. Not pretty good. I think the fact that I fried it in a little bacon grease probably helped. So one thing, you know, when you're eating a cheap thing like this, don't invest too much money. Just a little mustard and ketchup. And then, you know, I stockpile all kinds of pickles. That's going to help you. You know what is really good too? If you put, it doesn't sound good, but it's actually really good. If you put macaroni and cheese, fry hamburger like one of these, that would be perfect. And make macaroni and cheese with hamburger and put pickle relish on top. And so I made my own tater tots. So one thing, if you've been following me, if you make your food in little pieces, it goes further. Like if you got a bunch of people to feed, you're going to get more food out of tater tots than a little baked potato. So what I had is I had these 3-pound bags of potatoes. They're pretty small, so I grated one on the very tiny side of my my grater, you know, the little side. And then I added some garlic salt, some chives, and some salt and pepper. You can use dry onions. That's a good thing to stockpile. So then, you know, on the side, I want a little ketchup. Oh, I already put the ketchup. Okay, so now for what I did today, I had to go to 99¢ only, and I forget why, but I had to go there. So I went down to the back, and I saw that they had marked down these bags of fruit for $1, apples and oranges. I go, okay, I'll take that. So last night I had some apples. You know, if we're going to stay locked up like this, and now out here it's very hard to walk around because, you know, of the protests, and also it's very hot. That's why walking indoors was so good. But now, you know, there's germs indoors, so, you know, some of us don't want to be indoors either. Forget it. So what I'm going to have for dessert is I'm just going to have some fruit until I eat that fruit up, and try to get into the habit of having fruit for dessert. You know, it's a pretty good idea at when it's summertime anyway. So this should come off. Come on, you stupid orange. When my son was a little boy, I didn't let him have any sugar. And the only thing I would let him eat between meals was bottled water and fruit. And so we had this neighbor. And so, of course, my son goes, I hate fruit. To this day, neither one of us eats much of it. But the neighbor's child ran in. Oh, look what I found, a seed. So now, you know, you've seen all the stuff I'm growing out of the seeds. So I don't know what I did, but I have lemon seeds, and I think it's some kind of zucchini or squash seeds that need. Oh, okay, I got a seed. So I will try to plant. So that's a pretty decent meal, and it's a pretty cheap meal. Let's see, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12 fruits for $1. So say the orange is about 10 cents. So what you want to do is try to find cheaper alternatives. Okay, they're saying the hamburger could go up to $8 a pound, which is nuts. So that's why I packed my freezer. So this is like a TV dinner, a cheap TV dinner, but, you know, made by yours truly. That's good. So I got 7 strawberry plants for $5.68. On a regular basis, I try to do the markdown shopping. damaged packages, but my favorite is the dented cans because those are good for the stockpile if you don't eat them. And a lot of times they have a long expiration date. They're just dented. And what I try to find, and I'm pretty successful at it too, meat, tuna, vegetables, fruit, and milk. Okay, now I just want to talk to you about one more thing. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Did I tell you how I made the, yeah, I did tell you how I made the tater tots. Okay, I had a really good comment from Janique. That's a beautiful name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Linderman. And so what this is about is they're saying expect a third event. Okay, the first event was the coronavirus. And the second event is, no, the lockdown with the coronavirus. And then I'm forgetting something. Anyway, a third event is expected. And so what she said is expect a big solar flash. So on the night of the protests, I took a picture. It was like a solar flash. Anyway, I'll post it on Instagram and Twitter. And so, and these solar flashes could be really dangerous if one happens. I'd say run inside. Okay, another bad thing that might happen is 3 days of darkness. Like we could be cast into utter darkness. So it'd be 3-5 days and there wouldn't be any light. And so then people get all creeped out and it's like a living darkness. So I told my son, if we do have some kind of darkness period, don't be driving wildly over here. Just expect, to shelter in place in both of these events. Another bad thing that I've heard of is the Oroville Dam could burst in California and trigger all the dams to burst. But what's bad about it is in that area we grow the world's rice, and that's where we harvest the honeybees. So that's why it was so evil when those hornets showed up. Okay, and then the other thing that could happen would be a famine. That'd be bad. Maybe due to the grand solar minimum. That's going to affect us, most likely. Okay, so maybe the meat is going to go way up. So consider stocking up eggs for sure. I know some of you are making the egg burritos with your homemade tortillas. Those are really good. You can eat those anytime with maybe a little soup. Chicken is pretty good because they can grow a chicken in 3 months. Pork. Okay, on the stockpile list, it's salt pork, but salt pork is $5. But you can use it like a little piece of grease. And I'm going to buy some, but I stockpiled up a bunch of bacon. So consider buying one of these items every now and then to make sure you don't run out of food. And let me give you the other one. So it was eggs, chicken, and mine was bacon, but this one suggests salt pork. Probably because, and bacon, probably because it's better for the beans. Also, I stock my freezer full of cheese, and I have found that Walmart has the best deal on cheese. And so what I try to do is buy all different kinds. So I found this at Walmart, so I grabbed 2 of them. About $1.60. Okay, so and then beef and lamb is categorized together. Lamb is not cheap, but I've heard that lamb is the one thing they cannot genetically modify. So I would consider these items for when you're going to buy a big bag. They're saying buy rice. So, I have been, rice lasts forever too. Beans, flour, sugar. There's big bags of oatmeal. Oatmeal, I buy boxes of cereal. And then, powdered milk. I buy any kind and every kind of oatmeal, and then I eat it in the middle of the night. Now, you guys, these are good. All you need is a little flour in your grated potatoes. homemade is much better and cheaper. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.